So this was the plan. I ran out of time last week to review this awesome traditional from Rosecraft blades before the giveaway. So the plan was to have the giveaway last Saturday and review this today before the stuff gets sent out. And I thought Saturday's live stream went very well. And here I was Sunday morning thinking the giveaways went smoothly. And then I realized there was a little hitch in the giddy up. And you can still win the awesome traditional knife sent in by Rosecraft Blades and a custom leather sheath. Trust me, you want to stick around for this one. What's up, Kripple Krew? EDCwithDBD, disabled but deadly. And yes, we're going to talk about a Rosecraft traditional knife today that I thought I gave away on Saturday's live stream, but that you can still win. And I will tell you how. But first, a shout out to Rosecraft. They are some of my favorite knives at just always providing killer value. If you are new to the channel, you might not be aware, but if you've been repping Kripple Krew for a while, you know that this Clinch River button lock is one of my favorite button locks, and you're getting titanium, full titanium liners and bolsters, beautiful Rosecraft shield, titanium clip and backspacer, plus M390 for $110. Just crazy value. And when I reached out to Andy at Rosecraft Blades and told him that I was going to be doing a 1,500 subscriber giveaway, he happily sent in 2 knives. Andy has contributed to so many of this channel's giveaways since before I even had 200 followers, when he sent in half a dozen knives for me to review and to give away, create content with, and to do giveaways with. And I've appreciated him ever since. He sent in this awesome bowfin button lock, which has a great front flipper and awesome flicking action with those studs. Beautiful micarta. And this knife was the first knife we gave away Saturday. And this one was won by Caleb. Shout out to Caleb. Member of the Kripple Krew, by the way. And the giveaways seem to go very smoothly. And the knife that we're going to review today was the second and final members only giveaway. And unfortunately, when you use YouTube comment pickers, you have to make videos public before it'll find them. And while the members only video was public, somebody entered on the wrong video that was not a member of Kripple Krew Inc. The rules for this knife and the custom leather slip you're going to see were that you had to be a member of Kripple Krew Inc. So, we will be redrawing for this knife and the custom sheath tomorrow during my Tactical Tuesday live stream that begins at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will be drawing from the same members only video, the 1,500 subscriber or YouTube subscriber members only giveaway video from last Friday, and I will link that in the bottom of this review. And you have to be a member of Kripple Krew Inc. to win this, but that's, again, if you're not a member, only a couple of bucks a month. And you can join and you can enter today to win this knife during tomorrow's live stream. So let's get to the knife. We are looking at the Sesquatchie River Muskrat. The traditional knives from Rosecraft Blades are named after bodies of water in their home state of Tennessee. And the Muskrat is no different. What we're looking at with the Muskrat is a knife with 2 3-inch D2 clip point blades. I should put that in the middle there. And a close length of 3.88 inches. So when you have either blade extended, you have an open length of 6.88 inches. Even with two blades, the overall weight on this is only 3.4 ounces. And I think this is such a sleek looking knife. We have, like I said, D2 for the blades. And then we have a beautiful black micarta that has been polished very nicely. Stainless steel bolsters and spade shield, which is one of my favorites of their shields. And then brushed nickel silver pins. Pardon, I have to take a drink real quick. As with all Rosecraft blades, the fit and finish, pardon me, is phenomenal. That it is completely smooth across the back, even with dual back springs. There is no gaps. Just fantastic construction. And since slip joints have become popular again, prices have definitely skyrocketed, especially for certain brands. But Rosecraft always brings crazy value. On this one, you're getting two D2 blades. It's like two knives in one for, great edge retention. For only $62? That's a fantastic deal. If you're not aware, D2 steel at this price range is one of the best in edge retention, best steels for edge retention that you're going to find. It's not fully corrosion resistant, having only about 12% chromium. However, it's pretty easy to maintain and keep rust free. I have quite a few D2 knives, including D2 from Rosecraft blades, and I've never had even spotting on my blades with just some, just using proper care. Rosecraft blades always come very sharp. And with this thin blade stock and a full flat grind, these clip point blades come down to very, very slicey edges. The shape of this handle, pardon me, is very ergonomic, and it's comfortable even with two blades, which is not an easily achieved feat. Now you might wonder, why two clip point blades? Well, they both provide something a little bit different, or they each provide. This one comes out, though if you're looking at spade side up, the one that's pointing, the spade's pointed to the blade, this one comes out pretty much straight from the handle. It gives us a long, straight edge belly. And I want to point out that this long clip point brings our tip well below the center line of the pivot in here, making it very easy to get that tip down. Pardon me. I apologize. My allergies been acting up with making my throat act up today. In a pinch grip, this is very easy to use. You also do have a slight belly for cutting down on a surface or, doing any scraping style tasks. It's a very good EDC shape. And this one that comes out straight allows you to choke up right here a little bit. If you're not aware, slip joints, because they don't lock, you don't want to put pressure on the back of the blade. And you want to stick with typically light duty cutting tasks. However, a slip joint that allows you to choke up on the blade allows you to put a little bit of pressure on the spine without worrying about closing it on your hand because my finger's going to block it. This does have very strong back springs, so I'm less worried about it closing than some anyway. But this position allows me to get more control and strength into a cut, allowing me to use that for a little more medium duty tasks than most slip joints. Now, I have found that the safest way to close these is always two hands, by the way. And you can either close it down and away from you, which is very safe, or, as we take a look at the other blade, you can use both. Make sure your both forefingers and our index fingers, whatever you want to call them, and thumbs are on the scales, and using the webbing of your in between your finger and thumb, bring the blade closed like that, so that your fingers are never anywhere near that blade. The nice thing about these, they do have a very stout half stop, making sure that you do stop halfway before closing it all the way on you. However, they come closed with a lot of strength, and you don't want to be in between that and the scale in any way. So those are the two best ways I have found to close slip joints. Okay, so we get to the second clip point blade, and as you can see, this one has completely different ergonomics where the handle rises up and the blade points down. This makes it a lot easier to get that belly, to use that belly, and it also points the blade straight at whatever you're cutting. Now this one still gives you that choke up, but it's definitely got that blade more in line for draw cuts, using it for precision work, because that tip is always pointed right at what you're doing. It, in theory, should also, in longer slices, bring the material in, as you see. So it's going to be easier to trap materials in this area if you're cutting through fibrous materials like rope. I do like, and we're going to compare, now I never recommend having both blades open, but I want to show the difference. So with this side, it's a much straighter profile. As you can see, you do have the curves, which are very comfortable in hand. But this side, like I stated, it rises up and then points back down. You've really got to experience it to understand how this angle really works for you with such a narrow blade. It also means I can get this whole thing down without my knuckles getting anywhere close to the surface. Such a useful, dual useful configurations in one knife. Plus you get double the edge retention and just two different styles of ergos to work for depending on your task. Both of which are comfortable, which is crazy to me. When the first time I looked at this, it looked to me like the blades were pretty, the ergos were the same no matter what. I just saw the blade and I was like, yeah. I didn't really use it as much or hold it in both ways. It didn't dawn on me until much later how you get two completely different knives with the same blade shape. Such a useful blade shape. Now, besides this awesome knife, you can still win with the dope custom hashtag Kripple Krew slip from Dogwood Creek Leather. Homeboy Rody donated this and a slip for myself that's going to get this lasered into it, and you'll see the final product soon to the channel. And he sent this in to give it away, and what you're getting is beautiful, soft, supple Horween leather that's going to take the shape of whatever slip joint you put in here, or pry bar, or flashlight, I guess, however, whatever you want to carry in here, and it's going to form to that shape very nicely. You've got hashtag Kripple Krew on one side and EDCwithDBD on the other. He went with red stitching per my request, and I just think this is such a beautiful slip. It is a full-size slip, so you can carry this knife in it very easily. You'd be able to squeeze it for it to pull it out, or if you have a bigger and longer slip joint, you could carry it in here. Like I said, flashlights would also work. You could use this for your pin carrier, really whatever you want to use it for. But that's why I've never put this knife into the slip, is just in case there's something else you want to carry in here. I didn't want it to take the form of this knife. But the winner from tomorrow's drawing will get the Rosecraft Sesquatchie River Muskrat and the custom leather sheath from Dogwood Creek Leather. I think that is a killer prize package, and I can't wait to truly give it away to somebody in Kripple Krew Inc. Just want to point out again how beautifully well made this is. I do want to show, and I'm going to wipe the blade again to do it, little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but that's okay. I also want to show Andy Armstrong's dope maker mark. This is an Andy Armstrong design, and Andy likes to take classic patterns and reimagine them a bit for today's times and today's materials. And man, like his cotton sampler is amazing, the loom fixer, his farmhand is probably my favorite sod buster I've seen. And they all bring this level of fit and finish, this level of quality and attention to detail that at crazy prices. They're all budget knives, which is insane to me. When you see what others are charging for 14C and stainless steel bolsters, or even D2. I just gotta say that Rosecraft would be the #1 brand that I would recommend to you if you're looking to get into slip joints. If you already carry slip joints, you already know how good Rosecraft blades is. Even if you don't own one, you know of them. But if you don't carry slip joints and you're looking to get into them, this one, $62 with 2 blades. They've got some in the $50 range that are just amazing. And always, we didn't check this blade for sliciness. Always with that same amazing edge work. Now, our plunge grind is done very well. It terminates almost immediately. And we do have a little bit of a sharpening choil in either blade. Not much, but you're going to be able to get one sharpening, and then you want to widen those notches up just a little bit. But the good thing is, 2 blades, double the edge retention. So, we'll move that out of the way because that's already been won. I want to know your thoughts on the Rosecraft Sesquatchie River Muskrat. And if you have not already entered and you are a member of Kripple Krew Inc., make sure you enter. If you're not a member of Kripple Krew Inc. and you want to enter, only costs a couple of bucks. That's up to you. Let me know. how your week is started off. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow on the live stream. Until then, stay safe, stay frosty, and most importantly, stay deadly.